Imagine this, the power goes out, no big deal, right? At first, it's just an inconvenience, but then reality hits. Your phone battery is dying, the fridge stops humming, and suddenly your home is either freezing cold or unbearably hot. Hours turn into days, food spoils, darkness takes over at night. No internet, no news, no way to call for help if things get worse. Now, let's be real, most people aren't prepared for this. They assume the lights will flicker back on any minute. But what if they don't? What if this blackout lasts for days or weeks? That's when a portable generator stops being a luxury and becomes a straight-up survival tool. It keeps your essentials running, your heat, your fridge, even your lifeline to the outside world. If you don't have one, you're at the mercy of the outage. And trust me, that's not where you want to be. Item 7. Battery-powered lantern, your lifeline in the dark. The moment the power goes out, reality hits. Your home is drowning in pitch-black darkness. No streetlights, no TV glow, no digital clock blinking on the nightstand, just absolute disorienting darkness. And let's be real, trying to navigate your home with just your phone's flashlight, that's a battery-draining disaster waiting to happen. That's why a battery-powered lantern isn't just useful, it's essential. Maybe you're thinking, I have candles, I'll be fine. Think again. Candles barely illuminate a room, flicker unpredictably, and worst of all, they're a massive fire hazard. If you have pets or kids running around, an innocent knock could turn your power outage into a full-blown house fire. Not exactly the kind of emergency you want on top of a blackout. A battery-powered lantern eliminates those risks while giving you consistent, bright, 360-degree illumination, something a flashlight just can't do. Flashlights only focus light in one direction, which is fine for searching but terrible for keeping a whole room lit. Lanterns, on the other hand, provide wide age of lighting, making your space safer and more functional during a blackout. There are plenty of options out there, so pick one that fits your needs. Some high-powered LED models can run for hundreds of hours on a single set of batteries, ensuring you're covered for even the longest outages. Want to conserve power? Look for lanterns with adjustable brightness levels, so you don't burn through your batteries too quickly. And if you want something even more disaster-proof, go for a solar-powered or hand-crank model. These don't rely on disposable batteries, making them perfect for long-term outages. Just leave them in the sun during the day or crank them up when needed, and they'll provide hours of light without ever needing a replacement. For even more utility, some lanterns now come with built-in USB charging ports, letting you charge your phone or other small devices in an emergency. That's a game changer when you need to stay connected during an extended power outage. Strategically placing lanterns around your home is just as important as having them. One in the living room, one in the kitchen, and another in your bedroom ensures that you're not tripping over furniture or fumbling in the dark. A well-lit home doesn't just keep you safe, it also helps maintain a sense of normalcy, which is crucial when everything else feels uncertain. Darkness is unsettling, especially for kids, and keeping your space lit can provide much-needed comfort during a stressful time. And don't forget extra batteries. Your lantern is worthless if it dies on you. Stock up on alkalines or invest in rechargeable batteries if you have a way to keep them powered. Because when the grid fails, light isn't just about convenience, it's about survival. Item 6. Non-perishable food. Staying fed when the fridge fails. A blackout doesn't just steal your lights, it shuts down your kitchen. Within 4 hours, your fridge transforms into a ticking time bomb of spoiling food. And once everything inside goes bad, you're left with nothing but hunger and regret. If you're not stocked up on non-perishable food, you're in trouble. Non-perishable foods are the ultimate survival safety net. They require zero refrigeration, last for years, and can be eaten straight out of the package or with minimal prep. First on your list, canned goods. Canned vegetables, beans, soups, meats, and even fruits can keep you nourished when fresh food is no longer an option. The key? Always have a manual can opener, because guess what? Your electric one won't do squat when the power's out. Next up, dry foods like pasta, rice, and instant noodles. Sure, they need boiling water, but if you have a camping stove or generator-powered burner, you can still cook full meals. For quick energy, granola bars, protein bars, nuts, and dried fruit are lifesavers. They require no prep, no heating, and no hassle. Just grab and eat. Peanut butter? A must-have. It's high in protein, requires no refrigeration, and pairs with crackers or bread for an easy, calorie-dense meal. Speaking of which, hard crackers and vacuum-sealed bread can replace fresh bread when the grocery stores are closed or empty. And don't forget powdered milk or shelf-stable dairy products, especially if you have kids who rely on milk as part of their diet. Here's something most people overlook: spices and condiments. You might think, who cares about seasoning in a blackout? But trust me, eating plain canned beans day after day gets old fast. Stock up on salt, pepper, hot sauce, and seasoning blends. A little flavor goes a long way when trying to keep meals from becoming unbearable. But food is useless without water. You need at least 1 gallon per person per day stored in sealed containers. If you don't have access to clean water, your dry foods like oatmeal, pasta, and instant soups become useless. Plan ahead and store enough water to match your food supply. To keep your stash fresh, rotate your stock regularly. Use your non-perishables in normal meal planning and replace them before they expire. The last thing you want in a blackout is to open a can of food only to find out it went bad a year ago. Food isn't just about calories, it's about morale. In a long-term blackout, having familiar, comforting meals can boost spirits and provide a sense of stability. It's about more than survival. It's about making a stressful situation feel a little more bearable. The power could be out for days, even weeks, but with a solid stash of non-perishable food, you won't just survive, you'll stay fed, strong, and ready for whatever comes next. Item 5. Candles, matches, and flashlights. Backup lighting essentials. When the power goes out, the last thing you want is to be stuck in complete darkness, fumbling around like a fool. A single light source isn't enough. You need multiple options. Candles, matches, and flashlights should be part of every blackout survival kit, because relying on just one method is asking for trouble. Candles have been a reliable light source for centuries. They don't need batteries, electricity, or fancy gadgets. Just a flame and you're good to go. Emergency candles are even better. They're made to last, with some burning for over 30 hours, making them a solid backup. But let's be real, candles come with risks. Open flames can easily turn a bad situation into a disaster. If you've got kids, pets, or a cluttered home, one wrong move and you're looking at more than just a blackout. You're dealing with a house fire. Use candle holders that won't tip over. Keep them away from anything flammable, and never, ever leave them burning unattended. Matches are non-negotiable. Without them, your candles are useless. Regular matches are fine, but waterproof matches are better. Humidity, rain, or even a spilled drink won't ruin them. If you want the ultimate fire-starting tool, get storm-proof matches. These things burn in wind and rain, which means you're not stuck in the dark just because of bad weather. Also, don't rely on just one way to start a fire. Get lighters, a magnesium fire starter, or anything else that guarantees you can get a flame when you need it. Flashlights are the real MVP. Candles are great for a cozy glow, but they won't help you see where you're going. A good flashlight gives you instant, reliable light, without the fire hazard. And no, not all flashlights are equal. LED flashlights last longer and drain batteries slower than those old-school incandescent ones. Tactical flashlights are insanely bright, durable, and built for tough situations. Headlamps, absolute game changers. They free up your hands so you can cook, fix things, or move around safely without holding a flashlight in your mouth like a caveman. Now let's talk power. Flashlights are useless if your batteries are dead. Stockpile extra batteries and keep them fresh. Better yet, get rechargeable batteries and a solar charger so you're not left in the dark when supplies run low. If you want a flashlight that will never fail, grab a hand-cranked one. Turn the crank, generate power, and boom! You have light. Some even come with built-in radios or phone chargers, making them a blackout essential. Bottom line, don't gamble with your lighting options. Candles are backup, matches are necessary, and flashlights are your best bet for staying mobile and safe. If you're serious about surviving a blackout, make sure you have all three. Item 4. An emergency first aid kit. Be ready for anything. A blackout is bad enough, but an injury during a blackout, that's a whole new level of chaos. When the power's out, emergency response times can be slower. Hospitals might be overwhelmed, and you're on your own. If you don't have a solid first aid kit, you're playing a dangerous game. Most people think a first aid kit is just a box of Band-Aids. Wrong. You need a kit that can handle real problems. Cuts, burns, infections, fevers, and even fractures. Start with the basics: bandages in different sizes, gauze pads for bigger wounds, and medical tape to hold everything in place. If someone gets a deep cut, stopping the bleeding fast is crucial, and a proper first aid kit will have what you need. Cleaning wounds is just as important as covering them. Infection is a real threat, especially when running water isn't an option. Antiseptic wipes, hydrogen peroxide, and antibiotic ointments like Neosporin should be in your kit. If you ignore a wound and let it get infected, you're making a bad situation worse. Small but mighty tools like tweezers and medical scissors can make all the difference. Got a splinter, glass shard, or debris in your skin? You'll need tweezers to get it out safely. Medical scissors help cut gauze, clothing, or anything else in an emergency. A digital thermometer is another must-have. If someone spikes a fever, knowing how high it is can help you decide whether it's manageable or a serious medical issue. Cold packs? Essential for reducing swelling, pain, or lowering a fever in a pinch. Medications are often overlooked in emergency preparedness, but they shouldn't be. Your first aid kit should have pain relievers like acetaminophen and ibuprofen, antihistamines for allergic reactions, and anything else your family might need. If someone relies on prescription medications, keep extra doses in your kit. An asthma inhaler, EpiPen, or insulin could be the difference between life and death when medical help is unavailable. Now, let's talk about knowledge. Even if you think you know first aid, stress and panic can make you forget everything. A basic first aid manual with step-by-step instructions can guide you through cuts, burns, fractures, and even CPR. You don't want to be Googling how to treat a wound when the Wi-Fi is dead. Hygiene matters too. Hand sanitizer, disposable gloves, and masks should be included. Infections spread quickly when people are stressed and sanitation is compromised. Keeping clean is just as important as treating injuries. Last but not least, write down emergency contacts. In a blackout, your phone might die, and without power, you can't just look up numbers. Have a written list of local hospitals, poison control, and emergency contacts. When time is of the essence, this tiny detail can make all the difference. The truth is, most people aren't ready for an emergency. A first aid kit isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you don't have one that's fully stocked and ready to go, you're gambling with your safety, and in a blackout, you don't get second chances. 3. A portable generator, your lifeline when the power grid fails. When the power goes out, you're left with two choices: be prepared or be helpless. A portable generator isn't just a backup plan, it's your lifeline. It's what stands between you and the chaos of a long-term blackout. When the grid fails, your home instantly becomes a ticking time bomb. Your fridge stops running, food starts spoiling, heating and cooling systems shut down, and essential medical devices become useless. And if you think the power is coming back quickly, think again. A major outage could last days or even weeks. Without power, you're left scrambling while those who prepared are sitting comfortably. A generator gives you control over the situation. You can keep your fridge running, preventing hundreds of dollars in wasted groceries. Your heater or fan stays on, keeping you from freezing in the winter or overheating in the summer. If you or a loved one rely on medical devices like oxygen concentrators, CPAP machines, or refrigerated insulin, a generator can literally mean the difference between life and death. And don't forget, when the power goes out, so does your ability to charge your phone or use Wi-Fi, cutting you off from emergency updates and communication. A generator keeps you connected. But don't just buy the first one you see. Different generators serve different needs. If all you need is to charge your phone and power a couple of lights, a smaller, lower wattage generator will work. But if you need to run larger appliances, like a fridge, a space heater, or multiple devices, you'll need something with more power. Fuel type also matters. Gasoline-powered generators are common, but gas supplies run out quickly in a crisis. Propane or dual-fuel generators are a better bet because propane can be stored for long periods. Solar-powered generators offer unlimited energy, but they can be weak and unreliable in bad weather. Choose wisely. And whatever you do, never run a generator indoors or in a garage. The carbon monoxide it produces is deadly. Keep it at least 20 feet away from windows and doors to prevent toxic fumes from creeping in. Also, don't let it sit unused for years. Run it every few months, keep it fueled, and check the oil. The last thing you want is for it to fail when you actually need it. Want to go even further? Invest in an automatic transfer switch. This device connects your generator directly to your home's electrical panel and turns it on the moment the power goes out. No fumbling in the dark, no panicking, just instant, reliable power when you need it most. The bottom line? A portable generator is one of the smartest investments you can make for blackout survival. Because when the lights go out and the world plunges into chaos, you won't be scrambling, you'll be in control. 2. A solar-powered phone charger, the key to staying connected. Think your phone is just a luxury in a blackout? Think again. In today's world, your phone is your lifeline. It keeps you informed, connected to emergency alerts, and able to call for help when things go south. But here's the problem. When the power goes out, so does your ability to charge it. And when your phone dies, you're cut off from the world. No news, no updates, no way to reach loved ones. That's why a solar-powered phone charger isn't just smart, it's essential. Unlike power banks, which eventually run dry, a solar charger harnesses the sun's energy to keep your phone running indefinitely. No gas, no batteries, no waiting for the power to come back. Just free, unlimited energy from the sun. These chargers are lightweight, compact, and easy to use. Most come with foldable solar panels that convert sunlight into electricity and store it in an internal battery. Some can even charge your phone directly while sitting in the sun. A solar charger gives you one major advantage: it doesn't rely on fuel. Gas stations might be closed, generators require fuel that could run out, and disposable batteries will eventually die. But as long as there's daylight, your solar charger will keep working. That's real peace of mind in an extended blackout. Not all solar chargers are created equal, though. If you're serious about preparedness, get one with multiple USB ports so you can charge more than one device at a time. Fast-charging models are best, ensuring your phone gets powered up quickly. Higher-end models even have built-in power banks that store energy for nighttime use, so you don't have to rely on direct sunlight 24/7. One thing to keep in mind: solar chargers work best in direct cloudy weather slows them down, and putting them behind a window reduces their efficiency. To get the most out of yours, place it outside or attach it to a backpack while you're out in the sun. Some models come with carabiners, making it easy to strap them to your gear, ensuring they get maximum exposure. And don't think this is just for phones. Many solar chargers can power tablets, radios, rechargeable batteries, and even small LED lights. When the grid is down, every bit of energy matters. The ability to stay connected during a blackout is priceless. Whether you need to check emergency updates, let your family know you're safe, or just use a flashlight app, a charged phone makes all the difference. And when the power's out for days, the last thing you want is to be left in the dark. Don't wait until disaster strikes to realize how important this is. Get yourself a solar-powered phone charger now, because when the grid goes down, staying connected isn't optional, it's survival. 1. A deck of cards or board games, your sanity depends on it. All right, let's be real. When the power goes out, survival isn't just about food and water. It's about not losing your mind. Because once you've handled the basics, reality sets in. No TV, no internet, no social media, and no way to distract yourself. Hours start to drag, tension rises, and suddenly, you're staring at the wall, wondering how time could move so damn slow. And trust me, boredom is dangerous. It leads to stress, frustration, and short tempers, especially if you're stuck in a house full of restless people. That's why having a simple deck of cards, some board games, or even a puzzle isn't just a luxury, it's a survival tool. Think about it. When there's nothing else to do, these games give everyone something to focus on, keeping morale high and sanity intact. Monopoly, Scrabble, or Risk. Perfect for hours of competition. Uno or Crazy Eights? Great for quick, lighthearted fun. And if you're alone, Solitaire can save your brain from slowly melting. It's not just about passing the time, it's about keeping your head in the game. Blackouts bring uncertainty, and that uncertainty leads to anxiety and panic. A simple game forces your brain to focus on something else, giving you a mental break from the stress of the unknown. And let's not forget about family bonding. When was the last time you actually sat down and had a real conversation without a screen in front of you? A power outage forces you to connect, talk, laugh, and enjoy time together, just like people used to before technology took over. If you have kids, this is even more important. They'll be scared, restless, and confused when everything they rely on stops working. A familiar game brings comfort, distraction, and just enough normalcy to keep them from spiraling into fear. And here's the best part. A deck of cards is dirt cheap and takes up no space, yet it can provide endless entertainment, from poker and rummy to war and blackjack. You can play with others or keep yourself busy if you're alone. No batteries, no setup, no problem. So, while everyone else is sitting around staring at the dark, you'll be strategizing, competing, and staying sharp. When the power eventually comes back, you'll be the one who kept their cool while everyone else lost it. Final thoughts. Don't wait until it's too late. Blackouts aren't just an inconvenience. They can throw your entire life into chaos. But with the right gear, you won't just survive. You'll stay comfortable, connected, and in control. From keeping your essentials powered to maintaining your sanity in the dark, every item on this list serves a purpose. The question is, are you ready? Because when the lights go out and the world scrambles, the ones who prepared will be the ones who thrive. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Get your blackout survival kit in order now.